Why I shaved my beard. So this year, I'm trying to kick a lot of habits. In fact, I'm trying to kick everything negative out of my life. And that's very tough to do because some of the negative things that I do are very enjoyable. Things like nicotine and, smoke weed, other things. But I really don't want any of them. I want to live a holy life. I want to be a servant of God. I want to be a warrior, and I can't allow my energy to go to those things. In fact, I think that I've had trouble with my energy levels over the last year because I am committing so much of my mind, mental, and physical energy to satisfying these negative demands of my body. And I got something on one of my email subscription lists the other day about a Jewish parable that talks about these two souls that we have. We have an animal soul and we have a divine soul. And they're both vying for control of our simulated reality. And you can think of it like a sim in a game. If a sim in a game had a body and could make decisions of its own, and then you have the player outside of the game, the screen in between them, and they're both trying to control the sim to get to what they perceive to be the ultimate goal of their limited perspective. And we know that the higher worlds are like this because we know universal truth that as above, so below. And so it doesn't take a stretch of imagination to imagine what's really going on in our own reality. And these two kings trying to control the city, which is your body. And they both want to control the city completely, and they both want to control the inhabitants, but they want the approval of the inhabitants. So they don't want to rule against the inhabitants' will. And your organs are the inhabitants. So your animal soul is trying to control your organs and your mind. And your divine soul is trying to wrest control of your organs away from your animal soul, if it, even has control over your animal soul to begin with. In the Jewish tradition, they live a very pure life. Kosher food. Anything negative for your body is considered very bad. Sacrilege. You are doing damage to God's creation by putting things like processed foods in them, any kind of nicotine, things such as that. So Jews live a very, very pure life. And so their animal soul doesn't really have sway for the, most of them. And that's exactly how I want to live my life. I want to be able to have the vessel that is appropriate for the divine channel to channel through me, my divine soul to channel through me and accomplish my own hero story, which we all have one. And the hero story is actually the divine soul of those characters coming to real life. So actualizing the potential. And a lot of people have difficulty thinking, what do I do in my life right now? Why can't I ever do what I need to do, this and that? A lot of it resolves to the fact that you're giving the city away. If you want the divine army to come in, you have to open the gates. And then you have to help them in that fight. So as we're all going into 2023, the year of revolutions, I pray that you are resolved to live a better, more holy life. And that can mean just about anything to anybody. But I know that we're all going through tough times. Society as a whole, humanity as a whole, is going through a tough time, a very transition time. And things are going to get harder before they get easier. So when you are feeling like you need answers to things, I highly recommend you start doing some explorations into the Jewish oral tradition, the Kabbalah, and you will begin to find answers. The deeper you go, the more will be revealed, I promise. And I hope to be trying to reveal more and more of this as time goes on, but I need to find a creative team because these little simple videos just aren't going to work. So I'll pray for you, you pray for me, and I'll pray for us to get through this together. Thanks. Happy New Year. Y'all take care.